There it is. Welcome, people. Welcome. Back again, as if we ever lied to you when we told you we would be. We here. The, when I say the, I mean that. The, literally anything podcast. Podcast for the people. We are the one and the only, bringing it to you for the people, by us, the people, because we love the people.
Don't say FUBU.
No, not for us, by us, not at all. Although, that was a strong reign them brothers had. Like,
Yes,
I've it's crazy, right? Because young me was like, man, I'm not wearing that corny shit. But like a little bit mature, better understanding the business sense and where my people of my hue are, I have a better appreciation for it now than I did in real time. So I'll say that.
Trying to do, and what he was trying to do too. It was a major thing that he was trying to do, and it's wild. Like you look at what that movement was or what it was supposed to be, and unfortunately, our people didn't gravitate towards it. But you look at what L did, getting an endorsement from Gap. And then advertising FUBU in a Gap ad. That shit was fucking amazing.
No, that's ill. That's definitely ill. I can't even I'm we'll get into an LL conversation another day. Some of my OGs probably be mad at me with my feelings on that. I don't really care.
They call him Big Ellie.
So see, you're trying to force my hand. And see, it's very few people in this world that can egg me on into goofy shit. And this brother right here is one of the people. And he likes to press my buttons because he knows certain things. Like he got more of an inside line than you'll ever see within the flow of what we do. But I'm not going to start on LL. No, I'm not. I'm not going there with you today. That is probably a whole nother damn show. Just in and of itself. So I'm gonna leave that be. But we are here once again, week number 4. Hopefully everyone had a great week. You made some money, drunk some water, got some sleep. Whatever else you did in between that's your business. But I hope you did all of those things in the week since we last got to see each other. And we here and ready to rock. So Brother Hood will be along in just a moment. No worries. He's in contact with me as we speak, and brother should be jumping on momentarily. In the meantime, though, we will get started. And usually I like to start off on like a jokey joke high note, something that gets the laughs going and so on and so forth. But this week, slightly different. So I have these feelings that I'm not sure if they're like the right feeling. And I say right. So I'll get to it. The trial of Derek Chauvin. Now, I'm going to say that again very clearly in a way that you all can understand because of what the narrative that I see being painted. It's the trial of Derek Chauvin. It is not the George Floyd trial. It is the trial of the murderer of George Floyd. It is not the George Floyd trial. So I really need that like when y'all say it, be intentional about saying it the right way, because this is not the George Floyd trial. This is the Derek Chauvin trial, the murderer of George Floyd. Allegedly, as of in the words of the law, but we know what we saw. So you understand what I'm saying? So I that's the first thing, because I see a lot of that, and it's a little frustrating because I feel like it lets him off the hook on some levels, and not that he's off the hook. That man's on trial for murder, regardless of whatever the outcome ends up being. Where he stands right now, he is not currently quote unquote off the hook. But I feel like the narrative that is painted gives it one of, we worry more like we understand what George Floyd was and what he meant to this movement, and rest in peace to him. But right now we're focusing on justice for that, and justice revolves solely around that individual. So let's focus on that individual so that we get that justice. And I'll let you go off, Left. What you got to say?
All right, so I have one person in particular that happens to be a friend of mine on Facebook, a follower. I'm not sure if he's following the show. I doubt it, but it would be wonderful if he was watching right now. Um, but he's a police sympathizer, and I find it nothing wrong with being a sympathizer of police. But like, and I think part of the reason why a lot of times I give him a little bit more of a leash on things is because of the fact that he grew up in a family, like his dad used to be the county sheriff. He works with the police every day. So his angle of viewing things is skewed in comparison to what we see on a daily basis, to the experiences that we deal with on a daily basis with wearing
unintended or otherwise, he has some biases.
Yeah, us wearing this uniform of a black man or a black woman, but
right.
There were things that I saw within the week doing my research, because I knew that this was a topic we were going to touch on. And it's wild because I saw him comment on a 6ABC post speaking on how George Floyd had, he had drugs in his system. Me, who, I'm a person who sees dope heads on a daily basis. I see heroin addicts, all sorts of opioid addicts on a daily basis. And it's crazy because a couple of days ago, I saw this literally, like, it happened just that fast. I'm sitting in the cab operating my train going down the line. And the guy comes, sits down right next to my cab. Right. And I look over and I see him pull a needle out of his pocket. Mind you, it's no cap on the needle, no nothing. So he already done cooked up and got everything together, like, so that as soon as he get on the train, he could rock out and be cool. So I see it and I pop my door open and I'm like, yo, my man, can't you do that somewhere else? You can find somewhere else to do that. And he got his phone out, but I'm not even noticing that he already done stuck himself. Like, he got his phone out. He got it to where he can see his vein in his neck and he shoots it right in his neck. And then within 2 minutes, he's out, like, just done. Anybody who's ever seen somebody do an opioid or whatnot, that is normally the response to you taking it immediately. Boom. Then when your body, it gets all the way through your system, that's when it smooths out or whatever and you can function. So there was a video of him inside the store. He's jovial, he's chilling, he's talking to everybody or whatever. He's having a good time, hugging some girl in the store. He passes what they say was the counterfeit 20. He gets his cigarettes and he slides out the door. The guy calls the cops. The cops show up. And now they're at the car. But whatever if he did anything at that time, like, he would have been incapacitated right then and there. Like, when the cops came, he'd have been out. Right. So all the talk about him having drugs in the system and that's what caused it is bullshit to me. So then the thing is, all right, they get him out the car, they got him cuffed, and they walk him to the squad car. And as they're putting him in the squad car, they're having trouble getting him in the car or whatever. But at some point, he's all the way in the car. How can I say this? Because they pulled him out the other side. There was no reason for him to ever come out the other side of the car.
Once he was in the vehicle.
You had him in the vehicle. It's 4 cops. There's no reason for him to be pulled out the other side of the vehicle. None whatsoever. So the situation should have stopped right then. When y'all got him fully in the vehicle, boom, close both doors. All right, we can slide, take him to the precinct. None of that other stuff would have ever happened. But we saw otherwise. We saw otherwise. We saw Derek Chauvin with his knee in his neck. We saw him on his neck for almost 9 minutes. We saw the Asian cop telling the EMT to get away.
Mm-hmm.
The EMT coming up trying to render aid, like, look, you know, let me check him out and make sure he cool. And you telling her no, she can't come over there. The supervisor saying that in that situation, 5 minutes was the maximum.
Mm-hmm.
5 minutes was the maximum for you to be, you know, in that position on him. He was done, over with, and you still, yeah, it's a lot. And for those people who try to use the badge and say that, you know, he was a how did they categorize it? They said something about him being a larger person, somebody that was harder to control or whatever. When he was barely resistant. I mean, you got a person who's scared. Okay, I get that. He's scared. But y'all had him in the truck. He was in the truck. It was no more to do after that. Y'all had him in the truck. Why you pull him out the other side? That's what I don't get.
So, all right. So, my thing is, the facts of the case are kind of obvious to me. Like, I don't see a lot of you know, the facts of the case are what they are. The video is there. You went through it, and as the trial goes, we start to see things, and it comes to even clearer focus of the conclusion that a lot of us had come to anyway. That is not my issue, and I mean it is my issue, but that's not what I'm going to focus on with whatever words I have here. I want to address the fact that we as a people in general, sometimes we have to learn to turn the trauma off. I'm not following this trial very closely. And the reason why is because it's a trigger.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me being honest with you. I don't want to continuously relive this shit. We have to. It's a fact of life. But if given the choice, without, you know, with exception to the context of any sort of journalistic integrity that this particular, you know, outlet ties me to, I just don't want to do it. I just don't. Like, who the hell wants to keep reliving this, y'all? I want justice. I want everything that's coming to this person who took this man's life, regardless of whatever drugs he may have been on that the prosecutor will try and tell you is the problem, or any of the other things involved. I am of the belief 125% that this man is guilty. But I see people like posting things on different social medias and things of that nature, just talking about, oh my God, I'm so sad, and this is this, and this is. Stop living that trauma again. We are going to have to, whether we like it or not, we're going to have to go through all that again. Yo, bro, you on? Hey, we'll reset real quick. We're in discussion of the Derek Chauvin trial and George Floyd situation. Brother L.A.P already kind of gave his, you know, it's not really an opinion thing. This kind of just is what it is. This isn't really
for me. It was a synopsis.
Exactly. Yeah. We SAT words. Yes, indeed. And this is an incredible little piece to just get us back. We've been living this since our ancestors, Michael. Absolutely true. And this is
welcome, Mike. Welcome.
And this is my thing. Shout out to you, neighbor. We appreciate you. And that's kind of what I was on the hood. Like, it's just, I'm following it like within like enough to be a responsible adult and have a conversation about it. But I'm not like checking for the court highlights every day. Like, the trauma's too much. I don't want to keep doing that, because the reality is this, and I guess maybe this is just the scars of other situations past. In my mind, I'm preparing for the worst whenever the verdict comes.
Absolutely.
So, and I feel like trauma will be there. So I kind of don't want to live it right now when I'm already going to have to find a way to build for the bullshit on the other side.
Right.
You understand what I mean? That's my thing. And that's kind of where I'm at with it. Like, it's very, very frustrating to turn the news on and everybody's like this and that, and they're going through it again, and you're seeing it. And mind you, and by the way, shout out to all those people that they putting on trial up there, because they are trying to change the narrative on the spot, and those motherfucking people are not, those witnesses are not having that shit.
Not at
They're
all.
not having that
Not
shit.
at
So
all.
shout out to them. It is goddamn appreciated, and it's just absolutely, it's perfect because they understand the gravity of the situation. I think everyone's starting to understand the gravity of the situation, and just understanding that if we don't say shit, shit won't change. Everybody got to say shit, though, not just the people it's happening to, the people that witnessed it, the people that were, on the corner, around the block, whatever your involvement is. We all got to step up and say shit and continue to push for for that narrative of everybody getting the same crack. I mean, the reality is it's a long way away, but we got to push for it regardless. Yo, bro, go ahead. Let me let you get in here and get some shots off.
Yeah, the one thing that sat me down, the one thing that sat me down for a second, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, was when the person who called the cops said that if maybe, or no, not the person who called the cops, the cashier said maybe I shouldn't even have told my manager about this fake $20 bills. All of this could have been avoided if. And at the end of the day, like I hear on the other side, well, you know what? Like he had this pass, he had that pass, he did this, he did that. Did he ever kill anybody? That's always my question. Instance, did he ever kill anybody? Because if he never killed anybody and he was never found guilty of capital murder, he should not have been killed himself.
Right.
And if that is the case, then there's a channel to do so. But yeah, like, I was just completely like, I want to say humbled by a statement as such as saying maybe I should have never even told my supervisor about the fake $20 bill.
It's powerful, right? Because in that moment he was just doing his job, but like in hindsight, he didn't realize the power he wielded in that situation. And I think for him, like I said, in real time, like to be in there talking in front of those jurors and and all the media and so on and so forth, to have that moment, then that's a shitty reality check, man. Like I don't envy him having to do that at all. That was wild, man. That was wild as hell.
Because the turnaround on that was ridiculous. I mean, you say something about something that you feel like was very minuscule, and then it turns around costing somebody their life.
Exactly. This is what I'm saying. Like, in no way, shape, or form could you have ever believed that was the end game. Like, there's no way in his mind he's like, hey, if I call the cops about this guy with this fake 20, he's gonna end up dead in 20 minutes. Like, right. There's no way he could reasonably process that.
Right.
Like, and it's such an unfair burden for him to have to live with. But at the same time, like, what do you do? That's literally his job. Now, I'm not saying right, wrong, in between, one way or the other. A fake 20, I guess. If that wasn't the person who called the cops. But go ahead.
My thing, like, I just saw a comment. Since he didn't have to accept the money, how many times have they accepted a fake $20 bill? I mean, there's some merit there, but also, like, we don't know what that man is going through. Like, that could be his last straw. Hey, your drawer come up short one more time, it's over for you. Right. Dude got kids. We don't know if so. He's just doing his job as making sure his drawer don't come up short. You know what I mean?
No, and that's why I'm not like upset. No, I don't blame that brother at all. But you know what I'm saying. I'm when I say it's $20, I guess I'm thinking more to the owner and the brother who actually called the police. Right. Like, it wasn't the cashier who did that. He did what he was supposed to do. He alerted his supervisor. Yeah, like,
he could have just put his face on the wall and kept it pushing. But I mean, here nor there, what to me, the fault completely remains. The fault lies on those police officers involved. Nobody in that situation has no one in that situation had any loyalty to us as civilians. No one in that situation has any doesn't have the job of protecting you, me, and whoever else is involved. So the person who did the kneeling, obviously that fault. But how many times have I or have you? There's been points in times where you've gone off at work and I'm like, hey, bro, you didn't really do that the right way. Or I've done some stupid stuff at work and you pull me aside and you know what, hey, bro, you didn't really do that the right way. Next time, this is maybe how we should handle it. Like in this instance, one is no next time. But you need to not you, but police officers in this instance, and I'm glad that we're starting to see this a little bit more, not as much as I would like to, but especially when the riots and stuff was going on, when police officers typically of the fair skin start amping up, like, oh, no, like start going nuts. And then there's typically another officer that we have seen more recently of like, no, that's not how you address the situation. That you don't talk to them this way. They're still people. They're that voice of being able to identify we render a service, but also you don't dehumanize these people at all.
Exactly. There's a human aspect to it that has definitely been lost. We have Sylvia checking in with a comment that says the $20 bill ended up not being fake. They never received the money or proof that it was fake or not. So that was something else that I was unaware of. But like just all this for a possible. Like we spades players. We did all this for a possible. Like you jumped up and cut with a 3 of spades, 2 rounds. Like they went out of control with it. It was way too much. There's just no reason why this story should end this way. There's no good path to understanding why this story ends this way. And it's fucking saddening. It really is. It's incredibly sad.
As a person with a little bit of insight, I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know these things, but as a person who has gone through these levels of trainings and stuff, there's a sentiment that I keep seeing being shared, and it's 100% false. I keep seeing, oh, well, you know what? If he wasn't acting that way, then they wouldn't have to have laid him on his stomach. When he's in handcuffs, you're not supposed to lay him on his stomach, dickhead. That's how people suffocate. You lay them in rescue position, lay them on their side with one knee forward and one knee back as if they're running. You lay that person in rescue position. I mean, a motherfucker that don't know nothing about nothing, you know what I mean? Middle America, Bethany, watch Orange and New Black and know that you're not supposed to lay nobody on the stomach for that long.
Yeah, and it's funny because those are the type of things that, that awaken people to that. Like even your television show that you've watched knows better than to go ahead with that. So no, you're right about that. That's fair. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna keep track of the trial, and I'm sure we'll as interesting things start to pop up throughout it, I will definitely bring them here for us to have these discussions because that's what we do. But I am telling you that on a daily basis, just checking for Derek Chauvin trial updates, that is not going to be me. I'm not taking myself through that because, like I said, I'm preparing myself for the bullshit, and that's terrible. Like, please don't think that I take any joy in bringing you that opinion or that take. Like, I hate that shit. But the reality is that history has shown me that in these situations, at the very end of it, we should be prepared for the bullshit. Like, I don't take no pleasure in none of that, but it is what it is.
Y'all ever see Harold and Kumar, the first one?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Classic.
You know what the quote from me, the quote out of that whole movie that applies to this situation, and I'm not trying to make light of it, but like I always try and find a breath of fresh air in any situation. The quote for me from that whole movie is probably, if there's any quote for me from that movie that applies to the situation, if shit don't go our way, come on, Pookie, we burning this motherfucker to the ground.
I'm with all that. Facts.
Yo, Pookie, we burning this motherfucker to the ground.
Yo, do that down anything, like fuck it.
You don't want no burgers from here. Y'all still going to White Castle? Yeah, Anthony Anderson did that, yo.
Like I said, I would never in a million years bring light to the situation, but
that's real though.
Absolutely.
That's a real ass sentiment, indeed.
But it's like, I mean, you think about, and this goes back to when all of this first kicked off, how it began a domino effect of uprisings against the police within, like everybody is tired of this. Like, we're tired. And one of the things I gotta say, the youth are so fucking fearless. And I love it, but at the same time, it make me fearful for them because they don't give a flying fuck. Dog, like, we out here. Fuck you. Fuck whatever you stand for. If it's going against what I stand for, anybody could get it. And like we saw it personally here in our city. Everything getting shut down. The fucking National Guard coming in, shooting fucking pepper spray and mustard gas and all that. Like
the highlight of all that shit was when that brother was riding down the street with the forklift from Lowe's. That was the best shit. Like, I seen a million things from the city that was just incredible. The absolute best shit out of all of that was that brother with the forklift. Like,
I don't know,
riding down Parkside Avenue.
I don't know. When Elmo was standing there with the hand up with the fire in the back of him.
Oh yeah, that.
Right. Elmo did look a little. That was the
one right there was gangster as fuck, dog.
That was definitely the hardest Sesame Street anything ever. Like, yeah.
Elmo out here revolutionary.
Yeah, that's real.
Going back to Left's point of the young boys, like, I definitely fall into that category. But those who are younger than me, who are, because I definitely come in between, I feel like the 92 through like 94 babies come in between, like this weird, that's kind of like a generation in its own. Because like 95 and beyond is a pure information age, and then prior to that, there's like damn near Stone Ages. I don't know what to tell you. But we definitely come, those who are younger than me, have this, not all, have this this level of I don't want to say like being naive, but so for instance, there are venomous snakes, correct? And the worst thing that you can get bit by is a juvenile venomous snake because it doesn't know how to preserve its venom. It unloads on you, even if it's an accident.
It's going to give you all of that. Yeah, the whole clip.
The full clip. So, I mean, for instance, we have hog noses in Pennsylvania. Y'all got hog noses in Philly. They're rear fang venomous. If you get bit by a hog nose, it'll just headbutt you. It won't even bite you the first time. And then it'll try and play dead. And then if you continue to agitate it, you're gonna get some of this venom, I think. Same thing. All adult snakes, venomous snakes, they don't give you the full clip. They give you that. They give you just, hey, have a taste of this. Let you know this ain't what you want. And this conversation can definitely be applied to so many different avenues. I use the same analogy when it comes to like me coming up. I had OGs. A lot of these young boys don't have OGs, or they OGs is my age. So not really.
I'm about to say the old heads is in the early 20s, mid 20s. That's the old heads now.
So like, so you can apply this analogy to so many different conversations, but a lot of the, I want to say the early, the young wokeness, I'll say, definitely kind of comes at a price because they fly. I mean, it's the same thing as the other side. We see a lot of the old fair skinned people on Facebook. They got their information from www.welovetrump.com and they run with it. So there's a lot of that going on both sides. But the Fox
News crowd, yeah,
exactly. We have to do our due diligence to educate those who are on our behalf. And if they have the sound information and the knowledge, now how can we apply this knowledge into creating comfortable and sometimes uncomfortable conversations, but also a safe conversation where, I mean, I don't care who you're talking to, but I want you to make it home safe after having that conversation.
Right. Hey, but here's a great segue into something else. And I was going to dip off and try and take it up, but we're going to keep this and then we're going to go up after this. So I'm pretty sure that everyone has heard about the gentleman who was filming a Netflix special in North Philadelphia. it was a focus on violence and the toll it's taken on the communities and the neighborhoods. This is what it was about. And unfortunately, while in the process of filming it, this gentleman was killed. Wow. Right in front of, after speaking with a family who had been affected adversely by violence in that neighborhood. As he was wrapping up, he was killed. So the sadness of that situation is very self-explanatory. I don't necessarily have to get into the specific meat and potatoes of that. But my question to y'all is practically, not from the politically correct standpoint but just like as three brothers sitting here just having a discussion, like, what the fuck do we do, yo? Like, seriously, like, this shit is crazy, man. Like, that man wasn't doing shit. Right. That man wasn't doing shit. Like, we've all had friends and family in situations of the streets. We understand that the streets are what the streets are. I have gotten calls about some of my folks that, while it may have been very tragic and it's fucked up that it happened, it's right. It's a consequence of the lifestyle that particular person may or may not have been trying to live. So I understand that. I'm not saying it's okay. That's senseless. That's bullshit. And that's fucked up too. But I'm not speaking to those situations. I'm speaking to the situations of the fact that nowadays it seems like it's all fair game. Like, and that's just wild as shit to me. Like, what left and we all have been affected by it, like directly, all of us. Hood, I'll let you start, and then Left, we'll let you spin back.
So one thing that definitely pops up in my head, this could be taken as heavy or as light as you'd like. I know we joke around about the LLC, Twitter and shit like that, but there's also some merit to LLC Twitter and to trying to buy our block back. And I know, trust me, I'm not one of the people that be like, oh, like, as soon as you start buying back, I know it's damn near impossible, but that doesn't mean that we don't try. And I can say that there's one thing that I've ever agreed with Trump saying, one thing ever in my entire life. He had an interview on Barstool with Dave Portnoy. Dave Portnoy does not give a fuck about nothing. So the one thing you're not going to do is try and hit him with look at my hand over here, but what I'm telling you is really down here. Right. You can't get over it, or you can't get over him with that.
You ain't gonna hit me with the old banana in the tailpipe.
No, exactly. So Dave Portnoy asked him about race relations, and it was like, regardless if you decided to admit it or not, these people are oppressed. Like, you don't have to admit it. And at first I was blind to it, but these things are happening in America. So what can you do as a standing president to help this situation? And I don't want to misquote him, fuck him. He misquoted himself. He said something along the lines of saying that when we start to win as people, when the unemployment starts to go down and the economy starts to get better and the factories are opening back up, and this is all before COVID. So, but when all of these things start to shape up, I do feel that there's a level of being of feeling like safe and comfortable, and thus crime rate goes down. It's just fact. So how do we achieve that? I don't know, because truthfully, the ball is not in our court. It's a shame that our safety and our neighborhoods and our children and our education is in the hands of so many other people, and it's very disheartening. But the thing that I can say is that as people who literally, me and you joke about this all the time. We came from kings and queens. Like, it's true. We just need to try. Like, we don't need to have all our eggs in our basket. Like, you know me for a fact. Me working at the school is not my only mean of economy. That's not my only means of bringing in funds and trying to support my family and support the lifestyle that I like to have. I think that we need to diversify a little bit, and we need to all kind of take a, I don't want to say take a humble step back. I think that maybe we should take a little bit more risk, but we should, at the end of the day, we should at least try. Not saying that we're not, but that's just me. That's just what I think, and I could be fucking wrong. Wrong is wrong.
I mean, Left. Go ahead. I'll let you go.
Honestly, I don't really know. Like, and this is a weird thing because, like, you know me, you know the things I've been through, the losses, you know, I done took my family done took when it comes to this gun violence. Too many people around me are gone because these niggas don't got no picks. Like, they don't give a fuck. Like, they out here shooting, and nowadays it's not even like it used to be. People used to be out here going at it about money. They don't give a fuck about money no more. Like, niggas is out here shooting over chicks, and they shooting to gain a name. Like, motherfuckers want a name as a shooter. Like, yeah, he a shooter. He a shoot. That's all the fuck motherfuckers want to be nowadays, is a shooter. And how do you change that? And the thing that I do believe is what we're doing right now is something that can, you know, on a larger scale, make an impact on what is going on out here in these streets. If we can reach enough people, if we can reach enough parents, it might make a difference, you know, because it starts at home. Everything that goes on out there in the streets, it starts at home. So
Thanks.
If we can have this conversation and we're reaching enough people and these parents are listening and they're taking heed to what we're talking about, like it manifests into something bigger. I mean, you think about the situation that happened at Philadelphia Mills, Franklin Mills, because everybody knows fucking Franklin Mills, but the situation about the shootout that happened there, that was one of my coworkers' sons that got killed at Franklin Mills.
Yeah, I saw that.
You dig what I'm saying? So it's a huge thing. Like, we just, like, this message has to continue to get pumped. It's people out here who are trying to get that message out, and some of these kids is being reached. Shout out to Wallow, like, because what Wallow is putting out there is major, and he's putting it out there from a perspective of a person who's been behind that wall for 20 years. That's like, you don't.
But then the people you got to get to talking though. Those are the ones. Exactly. Man. I want to hear from them, like, brothers.
Yeah, you don't want to be behind that wall. Like, I spent 24 hours behind the wall and was scared shitless and tried to act like I wasn't. You know what I mean? Like, that's nothing to a motherfucker who really been in there.
Who really go up State Road on the
You dig what I'm saying? But
for the situation.
Just on some shit like, nigga, you gotta hold that shit to fucking together and just look. Whatever fucking happened, it happened, but I ain't no pussy, and like we gonna do what we gotta do.
Right.
Like Alex saying, fear gets you one, work gets the other. You know, so this work that we putting in and just hoping that this shit that's out here is scaring these kids away from trying to walk that life. Because every time you turn around, you burying one of your homies, and it's just like, do I really want to go out here and do some shit stupid to where I'm not out here for my mom to see no more? You know, my family, you know, don't get to see me grow into the full potential of what I'm supposed to be. And, you know, it's just major. And I'm just hoping that what we're doing can make a dent in what's going on out here in these streets.
Real quick. Go ahead. You reminded me of a point that I've brought up in a conversation off air, and I've shared this with, I'm pretty sure, both of y'all before, is that, like, education needs to be better, and I truly believe that that's the foundation, because we can tell our kids a mile a minute that you can be whatever you want, but in reality, going to school at one of these, you know what I mean, one of these schools in West Philly or whatever, North Philly, like, you can't be whatever you want, bro. Like, the potential to be, absolutely.
But that's the framework, though.
Exactly. Absolutely. And a very dope quote was said to me. I never heard this before, and it was definitely something that I'll probably carry for the rest of my life. It doesn't matter how tall you build a building when the foundation is cracked. And I was like, damn, like somebody was helping me with my, you know, because I'm in college again. Somebody helped me with my schoolwork, and they gave me that quote, and I was like, damn, like that's crazy. And the foundation, I mean, the first thing you do, like as soon as you can pop off the tit and be away from mom for a little bit, you already in school, regardless if you want to call it daycare or what, you already start with education. So like if we tighten it up, I mean, it's a BS system. It's built against us. Why is it that my school gets less money because we score less, but we don't have the resources to score higher? Why don't we get the funding to be able to get the resources to bring up our test scores if you want your state to be able to be able to adequately score?
Can I add on to that, Hood?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. One of the things, like everything that you're saying is 100% correct, but also the curriculum needs to be changed. I really feel like the curriculum in all these schools needs to be changed because it's so many things that are being taught to us that mean nothing.
Absolutely.
How you teach it? Like you're teaching kids things that don't help them when it comes to the real world. The kids, especially in the inner city, are being taught to be employees instead of being owners. It's
a powerful statement. That's a powerful statement.
So if you're being taught to be an employee, that means you're a robot. You're going to do exactly what you're programmed to do, as opposed to a person who is given infinite possibilities and understands that they can build whatever they want to build if you give them the proper tools to build it.
Absolutely.
So that's a great segue, because part of my issue is, and I feel, again, we are educators at heart, like regardless of whatever else I dabble in, and I'll speak for me, and you can affirm if you agree with me, good brotherhood. Like what we do is we are educators from our heart. We know we're not there to get rich. The money is not something that is a lucrative business. You're not going to be living a certain lifestyle doing what we do, but we understand that our reach is real, and our past and the things that we've overcome is something that these young men and women that we deal with need to hear and understand, and they need an example in their face of something other than what it is. So my goal overall, more than anything, is to be a real-time example. Anything you want to rap about, and this is what I tell, and I moved on to high school last year with some of this in mind. Anything I rap to them young boys about, anything we sit down and we have a conversation about, I did it. And when I talk to them about it, they can tell I did it. And they respect, because they know I'm not giving them no bullshit. But they also see where I'm at right now. You understand what I'm saying? So above everything, be a real-time example as best you can in whatever way you can. And that's the first most surface ground thing that any of us can do. Anybody can do that. Be an example in real time and continue to do that as much as possible. And you will be seen, whether you know it or not, whether you ever get recognized for it or not, whether it ever becomes an actuality in motion in front of you, you will absolutely be seen doing that. That's the ground floor. But to the education piece that my brothers was just talking about, we give a lot of hurdles. And when I say we, I mean the system in general. There are a lot of hurdles to giving those kids real educations. Like curriculum standards are bullshit to me. Curriculum standards are bullshit. Yes, you should know a certain amount by a certain point, but there's no reason why, if I can as a teacher tangibly explain to you how this relates to these children's development in their actual life going forward, why I shouldn't be able to include and have the latitude to include what I want in my lessons. We work with teachers. We know that's not real. They can't do that. Some and most administrators will try to give you a little bit of leeway if they're in a position to, but there's still a stop for all of that shit. Like there's only a certain a level that you can hit when you do it. So and those things to me are systemic, and those are part of the problems, because again, like L.A.P said, our kids graduate without skills of the real world. Why, when kids graduate high school, do they not know shit like how to do taxes and things of that nature, like actual economic things? My school has a civics and economics class, and it is my favorite class to actually sit and observe. Do you know why? Because they're learning things that they actually can fucking use. When they graduate, they'll be able to take lessons from this civics and economics class and apply them directly. They are applying certain lessons in real time. I have 10th graders starting businesses based on this class. If you give kids the right shit, they will absolutely shine. And that's just no doubt in my mind that we just don't give them the right path most of the time. And most times it's because of bureaucratic, red tape, political bullshit, and people trying to make sure that X amount of dollars are made off X amount of students and that, you know, these coffers can be filled with cash. That's what it's about. The reality is the shit is a business. And because it's a business, the children are suffering because it's not a million grown, it ain't 40-year-old motherfuckers out here shooting people up. I mean, here and there is some of that shit happening, but the reality is that more and more it's these young boys. It's not us. We're not out it's some of us being the victim of some of that goofy shit these young boys coming. So you hearing that, but for the most part, when you see these people getting caught and apprehended and so on and so forth, how old are these little motherfuckers? 16, 17, 18, 19. Yo. How many teenagers have we seen get shot throughout the last few weeks? This shit is different, man. It's not. It's chess though, man. It ain't checkers for sure.
You remember the brother we used to work with, the Hooper? He was in the academy. So I gave him a ride home one time, and he stopped at this corner store, and I was like, oh yeah, like I was like, I ran in this Poppy store last summer, and there was a young boy out here. Young boy had to be like 10, 11 years old. I hopped out. I parked illegally, but who doesn't in Philly? Right. Illegally, like in front of the hydrant. I knew I was going to run right in, right out. And I walked in the store, and as I'm walking in, a young boy said, "Hey, yo." So I was like, "I got you." When I'm thinking the young boy going to ask me for like $1 or something like that. Like, I got you on my way out. I'll give you $1. So I run in the store, do what I gotta do, come out, get my change. I'm preparing to give this young boy $2. The young boy was like, the young boy, he couldn't have been 11 or 12 years old. He was like, next time, don't park your car in front of me. I beat your dad up. Who are you talking about? I'll slap the shit out your dad. Who are you? Like, and I ain't say it. Like, I was like, bro, like, I'm a grown man. Don't fucking talk to me like that.
Like, yeah, who are you talking to?
Yeah, have a grown man talk to me like that. So then I told, you know, bro, the story as if it's like something funny. He was like, hey, yo, I know a young boy right now that's probably 12 years old and he probably got like 15, 16 bodies. I was like, huh?
What?
Like it's not funny, but it's like, yo, he was like, yo, like, yo would have brought day. If that was him, he probably would have brought day you. I was like, I would have never, and I carry. I don't go nowhere without it. But right. I'm not thinking of no.
He's not a threat. Why don't you think that young man?
You looking at him like Kennard. You looking at him like Kennard, and thinking that it's not going to go down. And next thing you know, you sitting there in the store trying to get your pack of cigarettes, and then wiggy.
That's the worst death on that show. Let's just sidebar for like, could y'all let dusty ass Kennard take? Man. Anyway, go ahead. I'm not even going to get into that. That's a different conversation for a different day, as so many of them are. But yeah, man. The reality is we could do a full 2 hours about this subject alone. We're not going to because we like to give different sort of subjects, different cause and space. So we will wrap up with that. Real quick, because for the people is what we do. If y'all notice, we all got the Stay True Street Style t-shirts on. Shout out to Alicia Maggie. Look her up on Facebook. Check out Stay True Street Style. They're on there. They got hoodies, t-shirts, and all that. Appreciate you lacing us with the means. We definitely are on here repping. Hopefully, anybody who wants any nice t-shirts, hoodies, and so on and so forth can go ahead and check her out there at Stay True Street Style Clothing on Facebook. Alicia Mackey, you contact her for any of your ordering information. All right, fellas. So we are almost halfway through. So some bullshit. Since we've been so serious for almost this whole first hour,
why y'all hate Lil Nas X so much?
See, you went right to the full bullshit. See, here's the thing. I don't have a problem with him. I think he's the best troll in the history of trolls right now. Yo, he gives 50 a run for his money with his troll game.
Man alone.
Like, man.
Yo, it ain't nothing to say to that man.
Get down. He clapping back.
Yup.
Like, yeah, man. So here's the funny thing, right? And I want to address the funniest part of this to me is that we don't read. And when I say we don't read, is that when I trust me, this is not something I take lightly when I'm saying it. Niggas don't read. And like I don't want to mince my words here. Niggas don't read. So everybody all week has been posting about how Nike is suing Lil Nas X. Did y'all read the article? Did y'all read the article?
Niggas did not read that shit.
I didn't read
Lil
the
Nas
article
X
I'm a nigga.
Lil Nas X has a custom shoe that is being released. The model for said custom was an Air Max. The problem with the custom maker is that they did not remove all the Nike signs from the shoe before they produced the custom and started putting it out. Nike sued the manufacturer of the shoe, not Lil Nas X. So that's a very small little piece to keep, but I just want y'all to read and pay attention. As for the shoe and the video and all the other shit, it's doing exactly what it's supposed to do, dummies. It's got everybody talking and all them making money. Nike making money, he making money, the lawyers that this fake suing everybody's making money, and all of us sitting here talking about it broke. Ain't that a bitch? Like, no, and when I say us, I mean in generalization, of course, but I don't know. Like, he got y'all dummies. Like, all y'all who mad, like legitimately mad. Yeah, y'all doing exactly what that. If y'all really, really think that's what he about, then your best bet is to keep pushing and don't even pay that shit no mind. Because every drop of energy you give it, it just exponentially grows, and it's just gonna piss you off even more because he's gonna do something else.
Also, if y'all let that man be the voice for y'all children, you fucking up in your parentship anyway. Like I mean. Old Town Road was a fun little song. My nephews are allowed to listen to it on the Kids Bop version because there's no reason why my 6-year-old need to know what lean and bladder mean. Like, my man is singing about lean, and he said himself. It was like he said to Joyner Lucas. He was like, yo,
lean and adultery.
Yeah. What you don't understand is kids love this song. Like, I literally sung about lean and adultery for 3 minutes, and y'all ate like that's your fault.
Joyner jumped out the window and shouldn't even touch that. He should have just left that alone. Like, here's the thing. Shut up, y'all. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, this is not about right or wrong. When you deal with trolls, right or wrong means nothing. It means nothing. If you are engaging with the troll, it doesn't matter which side you particularly fall on. That motherfucker's gonna cook you either way. So you gotta relax. And that's what that, and I think more than anything, that's the lesson to learn. Leave this man alone. Leave him the fuck alone. Just let him do his numbers, man. Listen, let him do his numbers.
How many soft niggas you done seen get bullied to the point where they start slapping niggas and they realize they heavy-handed? How many soft niggas you? I'm not calling gay people soft. I fall into that category. I didn't know I could fight. I got backed into the corner and war buddy the fuck out. That was the worst thing that ever happened to me. Now, even as a 27-year-old, I might yoke somebody up.
Again, you didn't know your own strength. Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. Left, what do you have anything on this? I don't want to force you if you don't really give a fuck, bro. I just,
I don't, but I mean, to be honest with this shit, it's like, all right. He made a collab with
Hey, Alex, facts. Hold up. My man said I was 7 singing bullshit and party and bullshit.
Hey, yo, Cap, this party is bullshit.
I was what, 16 then, 15 then. Yeah, man.
My nigga.
Go ahead, get back into you. Finish your job. We ain't gonna veer off.
No, but do I give a fuck? No, not really. I saw it. Like, my dad had his little piece of, what he thought was supposed to be a fucking comment on the situation. And I'm like, dude, like, it's a sneaker, nigga. Like, it was just weird to me. A sneaker with a drop of human blood. Like, what? That's what we doing?
I mean, what's the most goofy shit I can do to make people talk? what are the most outrageous people in the world that will absolutely pay attention to the most minute bullshit? Religious people. I'm gonna tell them I'm making devil shoes with a drop of blood. Go ahead.
But this goes to how smart Buddy is, though, because clearly, if you think about it, that same company did the Holy Water sneakers, and nobody gave a fuck about it.
Mind you,
nobody cared.
If I'm Nike, and this is just me, if I'm Nike, I'm doing a pack. Them Jones gonna sell a little heaven and hell pack.
Or
them Jones gonna stock X 10 stacks.
Left foot, right foot. Yeah.
Either one. They
call them the what the hells?
Yeah. Somebody gonna steal that. Hey, you heard that shit on Copyright Literally Anything podcast for the people. We are a certified motherfucking business. Don't you steal that goddamn idea, my man. D said it on air. A pack would cook for them Jones, man. They crush StockX with a limited release. We only got 666 pairs of the devil joints. Shit. That is marketing genius. That is marketing genius, bro. He's smart as hell on that. So, all right. So we kind of give a fuck about that, but not really. Let's see. Who can we get these jokes off on? Let's get these jokes off on Sharon Osbourne. What the fuck, bro? Y'all hear about this one?
No,
she got fired for being racist. They had her on.
Get it the fuck out of here.
Hey, good for her.
Good for her.
Yeah.
We back on it.
Here we are again. Good for her.
Good for her.
So yeah, man. Apparently she got caught up in another one of these hot mic scandals, or said something and was recorded or heard that she wasn't supposed to be saying. And her show, The Talk, which, by the way, never in life has there been a more blatant ripoff or plagiarizing of something. They took The View. Just got six. They got 6 second-rate bitches. Like, who the bitches everybody almost cared about? Like,
wait, that ain't the only one that did that shit. They had the Chew.
Hold on, wait a minute. I'm about to say, but see, then they just got the whole B-list parade. Gave like 86 B-list interviews and was like, "Well, what do we call it?" Oh, well, the View's taken. Oh, let's try The Talk. Like, what? And then the Chew. It's just like, come on, y'all. Like, I get you saw something work. I understand that. But damn, like, at what point do we even just stop trying? Like, the Talk, like, that shit's trash. But either way, listen.
Hey, yo.
You're prone to bad decisions if you marry a dude who bite heads of bats off and drinks the blood. You're prone to bad decisions with this. So I am in no way, shape, or form surprised by Sharon Osbourne's alleged racism. It just kind of is. I'll be honest with you. Like, and this is not because I want to offend anybody, but again, I have natural biases that I have a hard time fighting sometimes. I am literally unsurprised by any person being racist at this point. Like, of any color, but specifically white.
But I don't know. If Eminem called me a nigga, I'm gonna be pretty upset about it. I ain't gonna hold you.
I didn't. First off, he definitely says nigger. Hard R here and there.
Look, all them rhymes you wrote for Dr. Dre, you mean to tell me he's never said it before?
Oh, man.
Just a little baby boy. My mama used to tell me this.
I'm sure he's wrote that word several times. That's an amazing song.
His first
the thing that I find, like, the reason I don't find these racist rants or whatnot to be surprising, when it comes from people from Great Britain, the motherfuckers don't like black people at all.
They're still quite racist to this day over there.
Quite racist, very racist to this day. They do not like black people. I mean, you think about the situation that happened with the prince and him with the swastika on his arm.
What's the boy? What's the Russell? You sound like that boy. That rollout's killing me right now. Yeah.
Muscle fetus.
You fucking bloody wankers. This is what they say. You know?
That's yeah, I'm not surprised by it. I agree. There's a lot of that over
yes.
there. I'm definitely
This impersonation has been brought to you by Buchanan's Deluxe. Drink with me, won't you?
No, I mean, but there's some truth there, because when you look at when they was talking about who's going to be the next Bond after Daniel Craig, is Daniel Craig didn't want to do it after movie 2. So who's going to be the next Bond? They asked Sean Connery, who's like the most iconic Bond. You know what I mean? And then they were like, well, what about Idris Elba? And I was like, I mean, he's British, but he's not British. Like, what you saying, Sean Connery?
He ain't light-skinned British.
Yeah. Sean Connery, I'll punch you in your fucking forehead.
Sean Connery is 127 years old. You don't have to.
Sean Connery died.
Did he?
Died. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's that Mandela effect. I'll be. Sometimes I don't always know,
bro. But you know it's wild. Sean Connery died, and then Alex Trebek died, or vice versa. And I don't know if you ever seen SNL sketches.
Saturday Night Live. Oh, one of the best sketches ever, bro.
Ever. How about your mother, Trebek?
That's amazing. Will Ferrell, for Ferrell, he kills that, man.
Right.
Oh man. So, all right. So Sharon Osbourne's a racist. So this is some funny shit. Now I don't know if y'all heard about this. There's an Italian mafia brother who he's from like the old country, still in Italy. Well, was still in Italy. He was on the run for being the biggest drug trafficker in his particular country. My man goes down into the islands of the Dominica and is living, chilling, not worried about nothing.
As he should.
They don't know where he is. Nobody's worried about him.
Good for him.
So his wife
starts.
Wait a minute. His wife starts a YouTube cooking show. Now, my man never shows his face on the show. Never. At any point during the show. But he shows his arms. Anybody who's been through the prison system knows that they identify you through tattoos as well. This poor brother trying to do something with his wife that probably made this woman happy as hell, was going on there helping her with the cooking shows, got identified by Interpol, by his tattoos, by way of YouTube, by way of a tip. And they flew into the joint and locked him up. On top of that, the other brothers that's there on the run now got the heat because they was in a specific place where, things were laxed and chill, and they no longer will be. Brother, wow. This shit had me. I'm like, damn, bro.
Frank Lucas should have never wore that fur, my nigga.
Yo, it's the first thing I thought of was Frank Lucas.
Yo, the wild thing for me is, it's crazy to me that I ain't even hear about this shit before you did, when I'm the resident mob expert and shit around these thoughts. But I appreciate you giving me the information, because I will look it up afterwards, because that's the shit I'm into.
Yeah, no, my man was making cooking videos with his wife and was identified by Interpol by way of tattoos on his shit. So,
tattoos.
Like, I don't even see, and I don't have no tattoos. I'd still been in the Dominican smoking a motherfucking Yaminski, sipping on the Yaminski, and with no issues at all. Y'all want to be identified and tatted, and they take all the 57 butt-naked ass pictures of y'all if they lock you up.
You gotta go to jail first. You gotta go to jail first. I'm not trying to go to jail.
That is an uncomfortable intake. Like, how many tattoos you got? 37. Oh shit. Well, we gotta take a picture of all of them. You like all of them? Shit. Yeah. Y'all got that. I'm good. Yeah, I don't. Oh man.
Hey, Alex is like the meanest battle rap aficionado out here, because
wait a minute.
He Swave several bars, dog.
Yeah, no, if you quote a Swave bar, you a battle rap OG. Respect on that.
Yeah. I told you my man don't play.
Yeah. I mean, all right. Well, I don't know if any of y'all saw the card this weekend, so we can't even get into that because I watched most of it. That's only one battle that I did not see, and that was the last one. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. All right. See, because I know I'm gonna end up cutting this. I'm gonna end up cutting this and putting this on Twitter with my folks. Swave your top 5, Alex. Can I get the rest of your top 5? Like all time, I'm assuming. But can I get the rest of your 5? And if anybody else here is in the battle rap, you can chime in real quick.
I'm gonna just
stay with us with this.
Look,
go ahead, bro.
Before he even go into who his top 5, I love a home fries. I love a home fries.
I love a home fries.
Fries. Love a home fries.
Man,
like,
listen.
You know what I mean? Wolf.
If it's like, you know how you got an old head, right? And sometimes your old head be talking crazy and shit, but that's your OG. Because when he talking that shit, he really be on it. But you know he only gonna talk like that 60% of the time. That's ice. That's ice right there. That's ice. Ice will talk. Ice talk crazy, and some of that shit makes no sense. And then he just finds a way to get it back, and that's my guy for that. But real quick though, before we even get into that, because I got something that segues into that actually really, really well. So did y'all hear about my main man Dark Low in this whole OBH situation?
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. I'll let you kind of touch on that if you're in the know with it.
No, like, and it's crazy because I normally keep my ear to the street on certain things, and this situation, like funny story and shit, right? So if anybody follows We Run the Streets,
I'm sorry, I'm looking at the comments. Go ahead.
The DVD series that used to go on back in the day, the Wire series or whatnot. It's my little cousin. He be, I can't even call him my little cousin. He a grown ass man, but he be making moves, and
little cousins forever.
No. I can't even call. I'm not gonna call him little cousin because, to be honest with you, I feel like if it wasn't for that motherfucker, Meek Mill wouldn't be who the fuck he is today. Like Meek should be fucking thanking Ant for all the promotion that Ant did for him. So shout out to my cousin Ant Matt. If y'all know who I'm talking about, you know what I mean, give him some love on Facebook. Instagram is on We Run the Streets.
Indeed.
So, all right. So when it comes to this whole music situation or whatever, like, he covers all the Philly artists and he give everybody a light. So that's what made me start paying attention to everything that's going on within the city as far as the rap scene. All right, now the Dark Low situation, like, what was it? I forget exactly which one of the folks that it was that he sent a letter to this motherfucker while he was booked, because they found out exactly who the informant was.
Right.
He sent him a letter talking about how much of a wreck he is, and he gonna fuck his baby mom, and like, he was reckless with this fucking this letter. And yeah, he finally copped out to, like, yeah, I did that shit. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
So he's facing something like 9 years.
Witness intimidation. Yeah.
Oh, the story. Wait. This is the story. All right. So ARAB, like, you know what I mean? My aunt gets in the car with Ant or whatever. They driving around or whatever. And Ant is playing Ab's music. So my aunt is like, what the fuck is the shit that you listening to? Like, that's Abdul. Abdul who? He was just at the house the other day. Don't you dare bring none of them just drive-by shooting ass niggas to my mother. I swear to God, I'm gonna fuck you up. You ever bring these drive-by shooting ass niggas to my house again?
Ew.
Shout out Aunt Nettie.
That is a hell of a description. No, the drive-by shooting ass niggas, them niggas, like,
because that's all you were hearing in the music.
Right.
Talking that shit, like, and he's like, yeah, so you brought this nigga in my house? Don't ever bring these drive-by shooting ass niggas by my crib ever again in fucking life.
Yo, drive-by shooting ass niggas. That's quote unquote of the night for sure. Man, I don't know, man. That shit. I'm just glad that the universe saw fit for me to take another path, because that's a lot of work, man. Like, you gotta threaten motherfuckers and write crazy letters and, you know, actually shoot niggas. Like, I don't got time for that. Like, how can I play Madden if I'm worried about another nigga getting out there and shooting me? I enjoy way too much relaxing shit to live that kind of lifestyle. Like, you can't relax like that, yo. You can't
look. You can't even get your road to glory on no more. Like, shit,
yeah, like, it's all up. None of that shit's happening in a good clip. Like, you know, you want to go to Dave and Buster's with your kids and shit. You standing at the wall with your back against the shit, looking like you only in there for an hour because you don't stay in one spot for too long. Like, I just can't live like that, bro.
That nigga can't down there and shit. He chilling.
Yeah, exactly. Wrong nigga see you and then you man. Yeah, I don't know. I knew early on I wasn't built for that shit. Like, if we all about just getting a couple dollars, I used to be down for the get some money shit. But all that extra shit, I'm good.
They jump. Let's go get him. I don't even like him. I'm probably gonna help. Yo, you ever have to get into some shit because they jump
for a nigga you don't rock with?
Yo, that should be the worst. I don't even like that nigga.
That's tough. That's a tough cross to bear. When you get that phone call and you like,
no. My baby mom just called me, nigga. You don't got no kids.
I'm in here vacuuming the dishes. I'm a little caught up. I can't really. I'm sorry. I don't know if I could get away from it.
My cat having kittens right now. Yeah. My cat having kittens.
You a certified vet?
If a nigga tell you they can't have kittens, you should fight that nigga the next time you see him immediately. Yo. All right, so I asked the question of a few people earlier. We got some answers. Here we go. Here's one. Top 5. Swave, along with B Magic, Diz, Ars, and Lux. I am not a Diz fan. I'm not saying Diz can't rap. That's not what I said. I am not a Diz fan. I think he it's too much goddamn screaming. And too many multis. I need more than just the screaming and the multis.
I take Pat Stay over Diz any day.
Because Pat entertains you more.
I take Pat Stay over Diz.
He's a more entertaining rapper.
I have some year making models.
Okay.
I got some models. I'm definitely a 2012 through 2014, 15 Daylight. Goddamn, in that same time frame, Diz. Mook is in there. Clips is undeniable. 15-minute run is in there. And yeah. I think that's about it, right? Day, Lux, Mook, Clips, Diz. Damn, I got mad notable mentions as well.
I mean, listen,
in there. Pretty much anybody that can freestyle is like, so like DNA would probably be in there as an honorable mention. I used to like Sharon until he annoyed me. I don't know when he annoyed me, but at some point he did. Probably because I'm autistic too. So like it's stylistic clash.
Oh god, y'all like the episode of South Park?
Yes.
The Crips.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh man,
don't be dissing my niggas, dog.
Yeah. Gigi likes DNA. I like DNA too. DNA doesn't get enough credit. Miz, you got 5?
Ah shit. I don't know if I got 5 and shit, but I'm Clips. Like his fucking freestyle ability is crazy.
Gotta respect it.
Yeah. I'm all right. So I'm gonna do Clips. Fucking Shine, K-Shine. Cause Shine been like, especially over the last couple years, like Shine has been on a fucking run. Like
Shine has 1 clear L in the last 3. No, 2 clear L's in the last 3 years. 2.
Like,
Yeah, 2 clear L's to me in the last year. So I'll Shine's killing.
Clips, Shine. You gonna hate this one, but matter of fact, I'll leave him for my honorable mentions.
Okay.
The fact that he entertains me, Daylight.
Right.
If you say Joey Jihad, I'm gonna leave.
Yeah. Why would anyone say Joey Jihad? You have to explain to me. You think old niggas is all alike.
See, and it's funny, like, that's fucked up because that's my guy. Like, I personally know Joey. Joey lived around the corner from me.
Let me explain something to you about that era and that whole flow with him. Joey was the best of those dudes as far as just regular rapping. None of them rapped better than Joe to me. Like, Reed was close, but none of them rap better than Joe.
Meek made better songs.
Meek made better songs,
right?
And Reed was a better battler. And Joey never had a lane.
Joey was like right in the middle of that shit. But Joe, cool dude, like he just try to fuck with my sister or whatever. But it is what it is.
Such is life, nigga. That's what happens
you
when
want
you
here, you can speak on that or whatever. But
that's what happens when you have sisters, man. Ain't shit nobody can do about that. But
so it was Clips.
Shine,
Clips, Shine, Daylight.
Day.
God damn. I'm a Goods fan, like a motherfucker. Like
I like Goods.
Yeah, I love how Goods like fuck you and fuck whatever you talking about. Like, because these are a couple of things that I think about while
y'all niggas rap. Like he talked to you like he better than you and he's good at it, man. I like that shit.
Yeah.
Like I don't give a fuck. It kind of reminds me of Hove on certain tracks. Like when he's just talking to you away where you just like, why you gotta talk to them niggas like that, bro? They adult men. Why would you talk to them niggas that way?
It's also kind of like Kendrick, because you pay for a Kendrick feature, you don't know what you gonna get out of that. Kendrick might talk about absolutely nothing. You know it's gonna be dope, but Kendrick, this whole song is about one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish. That's it.
Knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone.
Kendrick come in. I got a rocket ship on him. Nigga, we
ain't actually your rocket ships, bro. Not at all. Yo, all right, so.
And I can't even give you a fifth.
I'm gonna let you finish up.
I can't give you a fifth. Like,
well, put that honorable mention in as your fifth.
But my honorable mention, you gonna hate this shit. You of all people gonna hate this shit. But Math Hoffa is very fucking entertaining.
Oh god, gag me with
Math Hoffa. You hate that nigga, but Math Hoffa is very.
All right, so here's my thing with Math. Me personally, my expert opinion is an amazing battle rap media outlet. It is a good show. He's put together a great product with that shit. Math, even more than the rest of
Lux
them.
number 5.
Right. Lux
and it's not in no particular order, but Lux is in it.
Even more than anything he's done, even more than any other battle rapper, I just feel like Math is extremely emotional. As witnessed by the fact that he only win battles against people he hate. If he don't literally hate your soul, you are going to kill this nigga. He's not good. Anyway, that's. I'm not going to get into who I don't like. I'm going to get into who I do like, and these are my 5 favorite battle rappers, just in general, overall. Not rapping right now, just the 5 dudes who I enjoy watching battle the most. Lux is easily on this list. Daylight is easily on this list. Those, to me, just I'm a rapidy rap ass backpack nigga. I want to hear bars, and them brothers bring bars. And if you're not paying attention, you will miss some of those bars. So those are my guys. Shine is my guy. Fucking Bill Collector. Listen, man. When that's my guy. I'm not trying to hear none of that other shit. Bill's my man. He is one of the most entertaining battle rappers ever. You might not get the most high level pen out of Bill every single battle, and he give you that some battles too. But what you will always leave from with a Bill Collector battle is entertainment. He made you laugh. He had you engaged. He had you waiting for what the next thing was going to be. He is an entertainer. He's damn good at that. So Bill's on that list for me too. And excuse me, he don't rap no more, or hasn't recently. And he's very polarizing. I like Briz a lot. Briz is my guy. I like Briz a lot. Some other people, Magic
halfway out the bag like a hash brown.
Man, listen,
nigga.
A lot of the times you'll hear people
fucking house with that one.
You'll watch a battle on something, right? And you'll get the energy of the lines or the bars or something. But then when you're like in the building, like when you actually go to a battle rap event, it's so much different. And when I tell you, I was in the room when Briz rocked the room, and it's different, man. Like the tingle, like all the senses is going crazy. Like, oh my God, like complete strangers grabbing you by the collar. Like it's incredible energy in a building, man, and it's so much fun.
Situations where you
be there. Once you go to a battle, you become a different kind of battle rap fan. Like it's especially a dope battle. Like when you in the building for that, you start liking it on a different level. So that, like, yeah, Briz is my guy. I like Magic a lot. Magic is all time. Magic hasn't been that great lately. Magic still got the best slogan ever to me. Nitty's my guy. Just so many punchlines. Like he just kills you, man. It's a lot of them though.
How do y'all feel about Roan? I fuck with Roan heavy. Like he would be in my normal mention.
Yeah, man. Roan's my guy. I'm just happy. I mean, I'm sad that he's I'm glad he's doing this Barstool thing because he's getting his money. But I would like for him to come back and battle here and there. Roan's my guy. I didn't
follow him too much.
I like Roan more than Sharon, personally.
I didn't follow either one of them too much.
I mean, you definitely get a little bit from me when you can freestyle. So I guess that's where I like Sharon.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I was a huge Freestyle Friday person. So a lot of the battle rap dudes that came out, like I fuck with Wahalo heavy only because I watched his ride through Freestyle Friday. Like I hate his voice, and he got bars definitely. But
Hollow makes awful songs though.
Horrible
songs. Out of all the battle rappers I've heard make songs consistently, he makes bad songs, man. Like, I don't know what it is. He's not a bad rapper. He just doesn't make great songs. Lux picks bad beats. He's really Nas in battle rap. Like it's so weird to me. Lux just picks really bad beats, man. Like I never like his production. Like never once have I ever picked up a Lux project and was like, this production was just out of this world. Like when he just does not pick good beats. I can't put my finger on it. Speaking of
honorable mention, Averb.
I like Verb the artist way more than I like Verb the battler, especially vegan Verb. If you're talking about pre-vegan Verb, that Verb was amazing. Like that Verb. Oh, come on now, G. Like I appreciate it. Like, why would she say this?
Listen,
Linda, listen, Linda. No, man, we not doing Daylight is trash. You are entitled to your opinion. We cannot take it from you. But man,
you that make dope music. Goddamn, what's his name? Dumbfounded. I fuck with his music a little bit. Well, not a little bit. Like actually, I fuck with Dumb's music, and surprisingly, he doesn't have much music out, but Roan makes pretty dope music, like especially like cruising music. Like if you want to road somewhere, you could toss this shit on and then like it'll get you to a place.
My grandmother's favorite grandson is a dope little mixtape that he had. That shit was fire. Mm-hmm. Like I said, Surf is my guy with the music, man. His voice can be a little hard to take for too long, but Surf be spitting that pain. So I rocks with Surf on that. Like I said, Briz makes good music. K-Shine makes good music. Ryder makes good music as well. Av has some dope tracks. Av just punches. Like his style of rapping, I think, can go on anything. Like dudes who just punch like that are crazy. Speaking of which, Vic Mensa dropped the album, little EP last week. I don't know if anybody had. Did you get a chance to check it out?
I love it. I fuck with Vic Mensa heavy.
Vic's my guy,
but I didn't get it. I didn't get the opportunity to check it out. I can't find my fucking AirPods, so it's a
little 7-song Bobby. I think it's like 7 tracks. It's an EP,
but like
it's a quick listen.
You know what I use you know, like when yeah. So I ain't had my AirPods. I'm trying to find them motherfuckers. So I know my son did something with my fucking AirPods. So it's like
the life we live as parents. It is what it
man.
is.
So trying to figure out, you know. So I ain't had a chance to check that situation out.
No, it's one you will.
I'm gonna let y'all check, you know, go ahead on that. But I had something other than that, music wise, that I want to tap into.
Well, that's the lane we in, brother. Go ahead. We if it's something all of us can tap in.
Oh no, okay. The Children of 808s and Heartbreaks.
Yeah. Well, elaborate.
Okay. So if you look at that album in itself, like, you know, you think about the fact that that was Kanye's number 4. And he was supposed to come out after what was it? It was College Dropout,
graduation. Late registration.
Late registration, graduation. Yeah. It was supposed to be Good Ass Job as the 4th album. Yeah. But because of the fact that his mom died and he broke up with his fiance,
there was a bunch of other shit. Yeah.
He was fucked up. So he came out with 808s and Heartbreaks. And the fact that he went in a totally opposite direction than everything that he had went through, or he had put out there, you know, he was really soul sample heavy before that, before that album, and then he just totally went the T-Pain route.
Right.
And like my favorite track on that album is Streetlights. You know, like in that time, like when that song came out, that was when my grandma passed away. So for me, it was something that, you know, for me, it resonated. It was just like, you know, it gave me something to make me think about the moments that I had with her. Mind you,
right,
at the time, you know, like, and especially like when I look at the moments I had with her, I didn't have too many great moments with my grandma, but it was like it encapsulated that whole time frame of when she was sick and knowing that it was imminent.
Right.
So for me, like, that's my song on that album.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you look at the wave of all these rappers that came out since that time, like it was a lot of people that was like kids in that time. Most people our age don't fuck with that album. Hood, your folks fuck with this album heavy.
I was a late bloomer to it. I didn't appreciate that album until like recently.
Yeah, but
because you were. No, go ahead.
Maybe a little lower in age range, like they fuck with that. And I'll give you an example. First track on the album, Say You Will. Kev, who redid that song?
Drake.
On the mixtape. Exactly. Immediately. Mm-hmm. So that's child number 1 of 808s and Heartbreaks.
I see where you're going with this.
Child number 1.
I see where you're going with this. I like this. Let's go.
So he like, and you remember I love that fucking Too Far Gone album. Like I think I pushed that album on to you.
You did. So far, the Drake John, the So Far Gone. Yeah, man.
Yeah. I
was unaware, and like with so many things, this brother put me on. Like I listen. So, I will take an opinion and go and check some shit out. Like I spun the block on a couple people because of this brother down here as well. The fact that I'm mentioning Vic Mensa, like when me and him first started, like he's like, yo, I fucks with Vic, and I'm like, I tried, and then I went back and was like, damn, maybe all right, but yeah, so
so for me it was like, okay, wow, that's crazy. And then you look at an artist who I happen to be on stage with, like not on stage with, but at the same show, you dig me, Lil Uzi Vert.
Mm-hmm. Blind Gang,
exactly. The Lil Uzi Vert with the 808s and all the the harmonizing and the melodies and shit within his musical style. Like all of that shit came from 808s and Heartbreak. Then God rest his soul, Juice WRLD. Like I was just watching an interview with him and he's talking about like he's grabbing shit out of his bag and he pulls out the fucking the CD of 808s and Heartbreak and he just starts singing the exact same song that I fuck with the most on the album. Cause it's one of those things like it pulls you the fuck in. Like you don't got no reason to be like, especially with the young folks that are beneath your age range, Hood. Like you don't got shit to be upset about. To be honest,
not like this. This ain't. You shouldn't know this pain yet.
You get what I'm saying? You ain't been through this shit yet.
But like that shit is pain.
And like I look at people like my I got a nephew who rhymes. I got a couple nephews that rhyme, but my nephew Chuck, Lil Chuck or whatever, like his whole style runs the 808s and Heartbreaks gamut. Like it's just 808s and it's just like
emotion.
All emotion.
Right.
It's all emotion. And then people think about the fact that they using that damn the fucking auto-tune and shit.
Auto-tune.
Yeah, like it's wild. Travis Scott.
I was wondering if you was gonna go there with him.
Yo,
because
mind you,
the first time I heard, dude, that was all I was like, damn, he must have loved that 808s and Heartbreak album.
I don't listen, and I don't listen to a lot of these dudes or whatever, but like what ends up catching me is we play video games. We video game dudes. So if I'm playing live or if I'm playing
all that shit be on everything.
Comes through these fucking soundtracks, and you'll be like, who the fuck is this? And why does this sound like doom 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 doom?
Yeah, it definitely, yeah.
I mean, you hear it, so it's like, wow. Children of Kanye West, dog. Children of
Hey, that's interesting though. But you know what though? I think that's just a testament to how musically genius this crazy motherfucker really is. I think in the end it kind of harkens back to that. But go ahead, I'll let you go ahead.
But it definitely comes full circle because so I was a Degrassi kid, nigga. If I didn't go skating on Fridays, I was watching goddamn. Yeah. So I was definitely watching. I remember when Jimmy was on the basketball team. You feel me? So I was definitely a Degrassi kid. So I got into to Drake early. Like, what's the song Lloyd had? What's it? Get It Shorty. Remember that song?
Right.
And then Drake had the freestyle over that, and I think ended up on.
I feel like roller skating, nigga.
Yeah. So I got on Drake definitely early. And then the music sound, it was just like kind of like, oh, this nigga Canadian. Like he rap, he Canadian. He had a song with Trey Songz and like that's it. But to your point, when 808s and Heartbreaks drop, you can't, bro. For my whole life, I thought Say Was Real was harder than Say You Will. I turned like 23, and I was like, let me get this because I hated that album. You
talked about it. I think like 2 weeks ago. You talked about it a little bit.
Like I did not like that album at all. I needed to go through some shit. I needed to. I mean, I'm not
live a little bit of life.
Yeah, like I needed to lose a fiance, lose my dad, like lose. You know what I mean? I needed to suffer some loss for me to really
have some shit to be in touch with. Right.
Because when I was 16, my Facebook status every other week was, and promoters trying to see me out at their club. I have fun, but I can't imagine how, because I just see my ex-girl standing with my next girl standing with the girl that I'm fucking right now. You not fucking nobody. You don't feel that, nigga. You fucking one white girl at the moment. You don't feel that, my nigga.
You don't understand what that means. Yeah. But after you actually did that, it's way more real.
Right.
Oh, that's yeah. Well, and I think that's just a what L.A.P is speaking to is just kind of like the natural flow of music, though, right? Like everybody births a new group of whoever's. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like it just kind of, that's the natural flow of it. But what I'll say about Ye and even to a certain degree Drake, because if you notice, business wise, the way he moves, he's kind of birthed new movement in that.
Absolutely.
Like, or the mistakes that he made at the beginning. And I'll say maybe even Chance is probably a better example of just like how people have learned that I don't need a deal to be the shit. Yeah. And that's what, and whereas I think that's the birth that those next folks gave, that next group, because all these young boys is doing this shit without major label deals for the most part. It's a few of them.
But I'm be honest with you. That's part of the growth of the industry, because remember when I was rhyming, it was all about physical copies.
Right.
It was blending into the realm of digital. Whereas now,
early MP3, yeah,
exactly. Like it like you don't need the physical copies. Like we talking about streaming now. So
right.
It's a totally different realm of moving your units.
Right.
Back then it was like, what can you get? Like the only thing that was similar was being on Dat Piff or Too Dope.
Right.
You know, being able to, all right, let me download such and such off of Dat Piff, or let me listen to such and such on Two Dope Boys. Like,
and even then the accessibility was still very different.
Yeah, because internet wasn't as powerful as it is today. You know,
half of the people who had internet still had the Budweiser tools in their John during the dial-up John. Like, this shit was it was wild. So no, I definitely agree. The way you distribute your music is different, and I know a lot of artists from that era of having things prior to are like, damn, if only because now you can take a single, you can literally have one song that's the shit and be okay. Before you couldn't do that because you didn't have a way to get that one song to the masses. You didn't have and then it'd be like, before it was like the label would send your track to the radio and like play this. Now the radio finds tracks and they play it.
That was the payola era.
Yeah. Like, that's what I'm saying. And it's a little bit different now. Like, this is what I'm saying. So like now you ain't got your trunk pop pulling up on motherfuckers no more. That's not the way you can do it. Like that what was that? Like No Limit? Ain't that how they did that shit? Like that you can't do it. You can't do that shit no more.
That's what Hov stabbed over. If we keeping it a bean.
Yeah.
Unpirated Reasonable Doubt. And gave it to some niggas that had no business having it. Fucked with Hov's first. I mean, Hov didn't sell his first year. Really, Reasonable Doubt didn't sell. If it weren't for like the source and shit like that, niggas would have never known what the fuck Reasonable Doubt was. Thank God we do.
But no, that album did not get the credit it deserved when it first dropped.
I think the first week it was like 20-something thousand, something minuscule. What I was going back to Left's point, what I meant to say earlier was that the 360, when we go to like, okay, yeah, Kanye kind of birthed Drake in a way, and then now how many Ye songs do Drake got writing credits on? I did things for him that I never thought he would need. I pop style for 40 I pop style for 30 hours. Yo, it's a lot of them.
Yeah, no, you're right. See, the reality is this, man. I wish in a perfect world these artists weren't so damn fickle, because the reality is that them two brothers could make amazing music if they just like the shit Ye could do musically if he just wasn't on this goofy shit. That because he has too many issues with too many different factions for me to believe that he's not the problem. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if it was just the J and B thing, it'd be one thing. If it was just the Drake thing, it would be one thing. But it's not. This is his modus operandi. This is what he does.
Did you see him on the Cannon podcast?
I did not.
He said some of the coldest shit I've ever. Some of the coldest shit I've ever even heard in my whole life. So Nick Cannon doing the intro. So I don't know if people don't know, him and Nick Cannon are very cool. Like
right. Yeah, no, they're good.
Yeah, like Nick Cannon wrote on Gold Digger. Like people don't know that.
Right.
So him and Nick Cannon,
Best song Nick Cannon ever wrote. No, go ahead. I'm listening.
So Nick Cannon is doing the intro. He's saying, you know what I mean? Oh, yeah, you know what? We got the multi-talented, the multi-genius, the billionaire. And then Ye is like the multi-billionaire. He was like, you want to know what I hate about Left real quick? We talking about Kanye still. All right, so
Nick Cannon is hilarious.
Fuck you, son. I'll tell your mom that I'm cussing in the house.
That's right.
So Kanye says, he's multi-billion, like put some respect on my name, multi-billionaire. He was, you know what I hate about billionaires, the single billionaires? He was like, you go to Chipotle, you're not a billionaire no more. And I love Chipotle. I said, dog, if that ain't a motherfucking bar,
yo, yeah, man.
You a billionaire and you go to Chipotle, you not a billionaire no more? My nigga.
I mean, if I was a billionaire, I listen, I'm not a billionaire and I don't go to Chipotle often, but I'm sure often would be not at all if I was a billionaire. that's a major ass flex. So see, for me, right? I'm a Drake fan, right? But I'm not one of those like Drake is untouchable people. I feel like he's gotten to that Snoop Dogg point in his career. And Mike has heard me, and Left has heard me say this before. And I may have even said this to you before. I feel like every rapper ascends to a point in their career where they are the attraction. You no longer are checking to see if they're going to kill the verse. You simply are just happy that they showed up. And you're okay with whatever they give you. Snoop will hop on a track and go, oh no, and give you all these cool ass say nothing.
Hold on.
Not say now. Wait.
Real quick. I promise you. Have you heard the 187 joint? What it's Snoop and damn fuck boy don't run. What's his name?
Casanova.
Snoop, oh yeah.
Body that verse.
I was about to say now. Wait. That's not to say that Snoop not going to give you some bars sometimes. What I'm saying is, if you happen to get one of them days where Snoop just on some for shizzle dizzle, came with the rizzle, hit him with the splizzle, blood on his drizzle. Like if he hit you with one of them verses, you don't care. Like you don't even care. You still could be like, Snoop was on my shit, dog. Like fuck out of here. Like Drake's ascended to that point. Sometimes he can get on the track and say nothing.
I'm gonna give y'all an example, nigga. We stay on point like Stacey Adams.
What is that?
Snoop. That's Snoop.
I was like, what Drake song is that?
No, that's Snoop. That's Snoop.
I'm in the three-piece suit, looking too cute. Smash, flashing, looking for a prostitute. Boom, boom. You got that loot. I'm watching you. You watching me. I got lyrics right.
A man said, I'm in a three-piece suit looking cute. What, bro?
What? Smashing, looking for a prostitute. Like, really, man?
What Drake songs hasn't? What Drake? Because Drake smokes features. What Drake songs have? Because the only times that I can say, to my knowledge, off the top of my head, where the Drake stimulus package falls short is every time he on a song with French Montana. For some reason, it don't connect when he on a song with French.
No, wait a minute. Now, no, because he killed Pop That, bro. No.
Pop That and Stay Scheming. Those are the only two.
I'm about to say, but those are two of like his best verses ever. Like those are really two of his very best verses.
And it's funny because this dude can't stand fucking French Montana. Mind you,
I hate French.
That is like my fucking guilty pleasure listening to fucking French Montana. Don't get me wrong, I'm not giving French no props as being the greatest rapper or nothing like that. But yo, like I get my fucking vibe and shit. I be like, yo, put some French on, nigga. Like we about to go in, nigga.
And Hood, before you got on, I said out loud that my brother has this way of really trying to make me be petty when I'm trying not to be, and putting me in situations to say shit I don't want to say. Like because he had me on here trying to start my shit about LL Cool J earlier, and I'm not gonna get into that, and I'm not gonna get into French Montana. What? Because man, because all right,
smoke cannabis. I don't give a fuck when none of y'all old niggas say smoke cannabis.
What? First off, if an old nigga disagrees with you on that, then you should cuss him the fuck out. Because as soon as Cannabis said he had the skills to eat a nigga's ass, he lost the battle. It was a wrap. I don't know.
Nigga don't have a skill to eat a nigga ass like me.
It was like 99% of your fans in high heels. And then LL came back, ass Cannabis. He ain't understanding this. 99% of his fans don't exist, bro.
Like,
get the fuck up out of there.
As far as any battling, like don't battle L, because he got that like that old nigga magic. Like you don't really want to.
He rap with his knees bent inward.
Yeah, like you don't want to get him to doing this. Like and get him on this shit right here that leaning inside to side. No, you don't want the brother on that.
But it's certain people like because you spoke on LL and not wanting to battle him. You look at a motherfucker like KRS-One, who said that at any time, whoever the top 10 rappers are in the game, I got a diss record for them right now. Right now.
But is this record good though? In 2021,
I'm about to say, so what, nigga? Like I don't give a fuck.
One of these NBA young boy would shoot KRS-One in his mouth.
NBA young boy ain't doing shit to nobody because his ass ain't never coming to fuck home.
Oh yeah, he did get locked up. I heard about
he got booked.
Oh man,
never broke again. You broke, but you booked again.
It should be never booked again. That's crazy.
You booked for.
But my nigga KRS-One. So real quick, right? Like, dog, that shit sound cool. Like. Nigga, I'm always strapped. I stay ready, so I gotta get ready. Like, you make us old niggas sound crazy when you say shit like that, duh. Like, you don't really want it with none of these niggas out here with the way you rap now. No one's going to care. Like, even if the niggas your age say, you heard that KRS-One shit, it's like 8 of them niggas. The rest of the world is gonna be like, yo, this nigga lost. Like, sit the fuck down somewhere. Like, I don't.
Nigga, you've been rapping for 25 years and your dreads the same length.
Like, hold up, my nigga. Those are dead ass facts. But like, my nigga, like, yeah, my uncle don't even want to hear you rhyme, bro. Like that's what the young boys is gonna say to him. They're gonna be like, dog, like, I got some old heads you can rap for, but I'm not rapping with you, dog. Like. Fuck, I look like what I look like out here rapping with you, nigga. You out here singing this hippity hop backpack bullshit, and I'm on lean right now. I'll shoot the shit out your head. Like that's how them young ones, and like it's not funny, but like that's real shit. That's what they on out here. They not trying to rap with no fucking KRS-One. So I hope that he stopped writing those top 10 diss records for whoever he feel the top 10 niggas in the game is. Because if bro got a diss record sitting for Lil Uzi Vert, he needs to sit the fuck down somewhere. Because I don't want to hear it. Like, I don't want to hear KRS-One diss Lil Uzi Vert ever.
Did y'all listen to Uzi last album?
I tried to.
No, I did not. I'm sorry.
You remember the goddamn? You remember that space pinball machine game that used to be on computers back in the day?
That was
shit. Yo, listen to You Better Move. Lil Uzi Vert sample that shit. That shit is hard.
Okay, that's homework. I'll check that out. I'll check that out. Did we give a second listen to Benny? We still don't fuck with Benny after another week. We still don't fuck with it.
I like it.
I've been too busy writing. I've been writing. You know, like I haven't been writing rhymes hood. Like I know you looking like this nigga been writing. No,
no, it's fine.
No.
I was getting my 10 diss songs together for these niggas.
No, I'm in the process of trying to write my book.
Okay, so, talk your shit.
Yeah, like I'm in the process of trying to finish up my book. I do short stories for the ladies.
Oh shit! Did you see that? Wait a minute. Did you? Oh man! So when we upload this to Spotify, y'all not gonna see. But when my man said for the ladies, He did the kickback with the Billy D point with the winking shit. This brother looked like something straight out of the Mac. Like, I don't know what this shit was that just happened, but goddamn. Go to YouTube if you're watching this shit on Spotify and go to the 1 hour 50-minute timestamp and watch this shit.
No.
49, my bad.
149
and watch that shit because this winking point ass nigga here was real with it. Like, you look like you just won $10,000.
Remember, what's the name? Marlon used to be like, and notice.
No, so I'm in the process of trying to finish my book.
But go ahead, man. Promote your shit.
Yeah,
man.
Trying to finish my book. I don't have a title for it yet, but it's something that will, for the ladies that will help you guys.
Hey man,
in your situation,
So I'm gonna tell you like this, and this is a beautiful lane for people to get into. Women, for the most part, now. This is just in my experience. I will only speak from the experience. Women, for the most part, will either A, not be into porn or front like they not into porn. One or the other. Because I'm about to tell you what this dude's doing. He's writing shit for the ladies. Did you not see the wink in the point? There you go. So listen. Wait a minute. So that's what that brother's over there doing. Now, women, for the most part, will not act like they into that shit, but if you put that shit in a book, they will read the shit out of porn. Women read porn. Like, don't you ever for a fucking second, if your girl read them hood ass novels, them Zane books, them Zane books, 27 and a half, all that bullshit. Like, if your chick read them books, it ain't nothing but fucking in them books. This thing's get shot, on drugs, and fucking. Them the three things in them books. So you better believe for a motherfucking second that shit's a lane. If you can do that and do that well, God bless. Because that shit is a move. And Jesus, I'm not saying that y'all don't. What I'm saying is that a lot of women will act like they don't, and then actually do. So that's what I'm saying. And if you are different from that, then goddamn it, I get that. Yeah, look, he told you, look, 50 Shades of Grey is the shit. The book, not that bullshit movie. They read the shit out of some porn. Like, don't you think for a second that if you don't eloquently write some porn, the motherfuckers will read that shit.
They read smut.
Yo,
they will read the shit out of some porn. Like, don't let them tell you nothing different. They lie.
So with that said, I want to give a shout out to my friend, my homie Sonia Lindsay, who she had. I'm gonna find both of the books for y'all because I want to give my folks some light because she and I actually did a voiceover for her book, one of her books that she released. Went to the studio. We went up to New York to record the vocals for this commercial and shit.
Wait a minute. All right, so
you
So you did the vocals for the erotic book? It was one of the erotic type joints?
Dog,
nigga.
I didn't know I had a sexy voice until she told me. It was like, I need your voice. I was
you take you took your shirt off and put some baby oil on your chest?
No, I had on a hoodie in the booth.
Like, would you like?
No, it ain't nothing sexy about no hoodie. You ever clap some shit in a hoodie and you gotta hold the hoodie up? You ever clap? I know that you put your pants around your knees and then pull the bottom of your hoodie up under your chin.
Oh man, it just gets that's bad money. So wait a minute, but seriously, like, how do you like? Is it like candles lit in the studio? Do you like get at a flicking nipple while you watch? What you do? This ain't right for that. I'm just curious.
Right, so the situation. All right, so
why you wait till 150 of the show to bring this up? We should have this shit an hour ago. Go ahead.
No, because we was on serious talk. We was on serious talk. And mind you, this is a serious conversation and shit because we talking about promoting work. But
right.
At the time,
but these jokes gonna fly though. But go ahead.
Let it fly, nigga. Let it fly, nigga. I'm all the way down at the free throw line on the other side.
Oh,
Yo,
shit.
why that hood just check out? He was like,
yeah, my man just tried. He said, "No, I can't take it. I'm out.
It's too hot for TV."
So we good. We'll get him back. We about to wrap it anyway.
Yeah. So shout out to Sonia Lindsay. One of her books is Penetration for the Mind, book of erotic short stories. And like she and I had many conversations before she put out that first book. And for me, like it's available on iTunes, on Kindle, on Nook. It's all over the place. So you can find that book. Now, mind you, I didn't do, you know, the Audible book for it or whatever, you know, because that would have been like, yeah, you know.
Well, that's what I was trying to figure out. Like, how
I just did the commercial. I just did the commercial.
Okay.
I did the commercial for the book, and it was a cool situation because it got me into the thought of voice acting. You know, like I need 3 more credits to get my SAG card.
Okay.
3 more credits. So, I mean, in order to get your SAG card, you need 5 credits. I need 3 more.
Right.
Yeah, and see, Gisa done read some of her shit, so she know.
Well, Gisa has openly admitted on the show that she's a porn watcher and reader. So we can trust her opinion on these things. Thank you, G. We appreciate experts checking in.
Definitely. So it was a situation where and she and I had a conversation earlier this week. You know, she gonna get me in contact with her editor and her folks. So we just trying to make something happen. I'm trying to finish up this last piece for this book. I'm trying to put maybe 7 or 8 stories in this book, and then we'll get to moving and we'll see how this goes. But this is something that has taken years to put together, but I'm just trying to work and make something happen. And you know, we're gonna push it and we're gonna do what we're gonna do. A lot of people I didn't push the idea out to because of who they're linked to, and I don't want people sitting up here reading what I put together and then be like, you know, your brother or your folks sent me this story and said, and then
you got to tiptoe with that kind of shit, man. Yeah. Everybody ain't ready for your energy with that, man.
Yeah,
man. Like, hey, but check this out. We here Literally Anything podcast. We promote everything for the people, and the people like porn. So yeah, write that book, nigga. Let's go. Like. There's the name of this episode. The people like porn. I promise you.
This one gonna go up,
like
all the way up.
Shit, like real shit. The people like porn, and we are not in any way, shape, or form going to fuck around and deprive the people of said things. But fellas, I said to myself that we've been keeping it tight and a little over 2. So we're gonna wrap up with our shout outs, and we gonna close it down. Now, real quick though, rest in peace, Beverly Cleary. If you are a fan of children's books and you remember the book series Ramona, and a few others very, very near and dear to my heart growing up, Beverly Cleary passed away. She was a childhood literal genius, and I enjoyed so many pieces of her work. So shout out to her and her life and work. Rick and Morty season 5 coming. That's like me and Hood we give a fuck about that. Left probably not as much. We are. This brother has Rick. I forgot he got
his midriff. Yeah, like, showing off your midriff. Wait! Before we even
put
go
your
any
titties
further,
away.
Look, before we go any further, stand up, Hood. Stand up for me. No, please.
I don't stand up for no man.
Can you please stand up? Because Hood is looking rather svelte right now. I'm gonna use a college word on y'all. Like he been in the fucking gym working out. So I'm gonna give my man his flowers right now because he been doing
indeed.
Dude, like you looking kind of skinny right now, bro. The first time I saw you, you look like me. I need to start doing what I need to fucking do. So you're looking rather svelte.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, unbeknownst to everybody, this nigga saying I look felt right now, but be in my DM steady every time I post a gym selfie. Like, look, nigga, this what we doing today? You posted up at the gym. This what we doing?
Yeah, man.
Hey, wait.
I ain't gonna lie to you. That should be motivating me. You sent me out the door a couple times last week. Like, all right, man, fuck it. I'm gonna just go ahead.
I don't know what you did with your hair, but earlier you fucking shit.
Yo,
he got his hair right before we got on air.
Hey. So my man here gave me a remembrance of the struggle earlier this week, right? So and he knew I was gonna fuck with him about it because I told him I was. He posted a Facebook memory, right? Now all us brothers with beards, right? You know what your shit look like now, and you're thankful for your shit now. But sometimes you need a reminder of what it was like before you had a beard. Man, listen. My brother right here, his rollout was 100% badass fat kid. Like just a little bit, just you know that little badass nigga used to be like, yo, I will whoop your little fat ass. But you know you can't like just beat him the fuck because he a bad little fighting fat nigga. Like he looked like that little nigga. Bro. Like and y'all all know the young boy I'm talking about. That's his brother right here.
I was 21 in that video.
Bruh. The facial hair struggle is real. 2 years ago. Fucking beards is real, man. You be needing that shit. Yeah, he like the light skinned version of that boy. I like to do good with my friends.
Yeah,
he definitely looked like the light skinned version of that. But fellas, man, I had a great time today. Any final? I'm gonna let y'all spin the block for one last little run before we punch this and call it an evening.
Hey,
any last words, brotherhood?
My shout out my man Monk. Definitely as always for
big shout out to Monk. Monk show love.
Monk is definitely on it.
He sent me some new shit today, so I'm gonna send that to y'all. Yeah, shout out my man Monk. Shout out to Not Just Pizza in Philadelphia and Sicklerville, New Jersey. Those are my folks that go in there for the pizza, wings, and all that stuff. Shout out to Quavo because he didn't really do that much wrong. You feel me?
We don't got time for that. We'll spin the block next week on that.
Hey, I'm gonna leave y'all with this. I seen worse tug of war losses in you know what I mean, in the homecoming battle. You feel me? She just lost
gym class in high school and shit.
Yeah. She just lost that tug of war. It ain't nothing wrong with it. It happens to.
That'll be that, brother. Left.
Shout out to First Class Food LLC. You know what I mean? She hooked me up with a nice meal earlier. I had them good barbecue jerk wings earlier. They definitely did me right. I need to stop fucking eating all this goddamn food and get myself right because Jamaica.
You see his face.
Jamaica is coming up in October, and I'm trying to look like what I used to look like. So,
Right.
Yeah, I need to get myself right. I mean, because this rap is like ZD, facing me, real TV.
Crescent High Strawberry Kiwi. Yeah, yo, in hindsight, what the fuck are they talking about? Like, why do we like that shit, yo? Like, we love Ghosts. Like, don't Ghosts. I still love Ghosts. I can't tell you what the fuck Ghosts is talking about. Listen, I used to want to learn. Like, I'd be like, no, he meant. And then I'll be like trying to make some shit like, man, I don't know what this brother's talking about. Like, I'm not even gonna sit up here and keep lying, yo. I don't know what the fuck.
He just said shit,
but that shit is fire. That shit fire when he say it though. So for me, once again, stay true street style. Shout out Alicia for, like I said, lacing us with the t-shirts. We represented the brand we had on the whole time. Appreciate you for showing us that love. Appreciate everybody that checked in throughout the comments. Jesus hung with us tough today. Alex, a few others chimed in. We appreciate y'all. If you are listening to this on the Spotify or you catch this on the playback, we appreciate you, even though you couldn't interact with us live. Next time, tap in. We'll be here on a Thursday at 7:30 for the foreseeable future. And I mean, you know, once again, like I said, any small businesses that see this and want to rock out, please get in contact with us. Let anything podcast.2.0@gmail. So please make sure that you get up with us and get this business cracking. It's weather gonna break, and although I am not a fan of the summer and the heat, I do plan on us being out at some of these events and things, man. We say we want to be a part of the neighborhood. We say we want to impact the people. We got to get out to the people. So I'm on my porch today. These brothers is where they always are. At some point soon, you will see coverage and footage and content of us in other places. So we are working on that.
Before we let I want to thank everybody who got involved in the It's From the Soul and Self Inc. 215 giveaway last week at the William Wade Community Center. We got a lot of news coverage from all of the major networks as far as the Philadelphia networks for that giveaway. And we were able to give away over 300 pairs of shoes to the less fortunate.
Thanks.
And it was a beautiful situation. So I want to thank my brother Andre McDonald from It's From the Soul. And hopefully we can make something happen so that as a collective we can do something to bring some light to this city, because right now we are basically hemorrhaging right now. We're hemorrhaging and we trying to figure some things out. So I appreciate everybody that got involved, everybody who's following, everybody who is showing support. We definitely appreciate you. Shout out to Stephon Marbury, shout out to Adidas, shout out to everybody who donated to the cause, because it was a major cause and we want to continue to do things of this nature. So we appreciate you and we love you. Thank you very much.
That's what we all about here, for the people, man. For the people. Want to make sure we are making a positive impact in whatever way we can and not just sitting here talking shit. So please stick with us, support us, share these links. When you see us on your timeline, make sure you're spreading the word. In these next few weeks, it's going to pick up fast here. I'm sure these brothers are probably going to resign. I'm going to get on their nerves over the next couple of months. And then it's going to be me sitting here by myself. I'll be telling y'all, these brothers gave me the middle finger and they won't answer my calls. But until that happens, man, and I'm just talking shit, obviously, because these are my brothers and I know I can count on them to help me push whatever vision it is we have for this. And like I said, y'all energy is appreciated. I love y'all to death, brothers. I love all y'all who listened, watched, tuned in, clicked, liked, thumbs up, any of that. We will be back here 7:30 next Thursday. I'm trying to go on vacation with my family over the summer. So I'm trying to set some stuff up that's not on a Thursday. But I'm going to be here every Thursday that I got internet wherever the fuck I'm at. And that's just how I feel about it. I hope everybody else is understanding of that same for me. And that's it, man. I don't have anything else. If you brothers don't have anything else, we could punch this one and call it an evening. L.A.P, y'all.
Whoever threw that paper, your mom's a hoe.
Thanks. Indeed. We out of here, y'all.
She deserved what she got.
Good for her.